Hey, welcome to Barbershop Clips. This is a channel where you get to see really cool moments from the barbershop. I know the episodes are really long, but you can come here and enjoy really cool moments in short time as well. I hope you enjoy.
Just sold my business and I was figuring out what to do in life. And as I said, this is the first time I'd been to this Dramas Club thing. And I was that time living in Ahmedabad, where I'm from. So, I met him and then he gave me his card and saying, I said, Sauce.vc. I said, what do you do? And this and that. And I'd just taken up an office space in WeWork in Bombay. And I show up to office a couple of days later there and I see him there. I said, hey, we met again, and then I started chatting with him about what he's doing and all. And even he knew that, I just sold my business and all of that. So a similar space, and we had, as Rohan was a common friend. I said, you know what, this sounds really exciting. I'd love to invest in your fund.
Okay.
So you, I think, one of the first few investors in his fund.
In fact, Sauce 1 was a really small fund. It's a 60 crore fund.
Okay.
Usme main apna pura jama punji dal diya 10 crore. And this guy and Rohan are the two other backers with reasonable checks. Because us time pe kuch tha nahi, who's Sauce, who's Manu, never done early stage question. So it was basically people who took a leap of faith over me. And so that's how it really started. So 2019 when we launched Fund 1, he was one of the first big backers. And so it's come a full circle now.
Yeah.
That he backed me when I started and now backed him when he started.
How did that fund do?
Very phenomenal. Touch wood. I mean, I think we're now in year 4 and we took money years 1, 2, 3. Year 4 mein humne pura return kar diya hai. So in a 2-year-old, we've returned
It's been one of the best performing investments from our family office. What happened was, so I met Manu in 2018. We invested in this first fund. We invested in the second fund. All the companies that he mentioned, XYXX, Mokobara, we also we invested together outside the fund as well.
As the angels.
So I said, Manu is like a good luck charm. So every time, and obviously, COVID happened, and before that, my restaurant business. So I'd also gone through a very tough phase. I did one startup that didn't do very well initially.
Which one was
It's called Fab.
Okay.
In the protein space.
Okay.
But what happened? I started Fab in Feb 2020.
Is it protein bars or powder?
Protein bars, powders,
Okay.
ready to drink protein shakes. It's still there. It's doing well now. But obviously the ambitions there now are not as big as for the ice cream business. But again, I still feel that that's a space I don't want us to leave. And now my wife heads it, and she's a nutritionist by profession, so she's kicking ass in that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I should keep coming to him. Not more. I said, would you invest in this? He's like, to ice cream kar. Then I'd say, would you? I'm thinking about this ready-to-eat business. He said, all that is fine. You do ice cream. I said, okay. I said, well, I have a non-compete. So he said, no, we'll wait. I said, okay. And then COVID happened, and my restaurant business went down in the dumps. So when he's talking about self-doubt and laying off people, that it was the most difficult thing. And the dilemma that I had was, you have personal wealth because you sold your business, and it's a public knowledge that you have this. But then you have, like they said, the discipline, right? And you have a business that's sucking out your wealth.
Yeah.
And you have these people that you need to let go who've been with you. So I was at the lowest point during COVID and, post that and all. So then I moved to Dubai because, when the Delta variant happened, we just, we said, you know what, I got to do this for my family and all. So we moved to Dubai, and then from Dubai, I should keep doing Zoom calls with him. मैं ये idea सोच रहा हूँ, मैं वो idea सोच रहा हूँ. He said, "तू दुबई में 1 साल chill कर, तेरा non-compete खत्म हो जाएगा, तू वापस आ जाना, then we'll talk." I said, "Okay, done." And that's how, I reached out to him saying that, listen, I'm starting now, I'm going to start reaching out. And then he said, okay, we are happy to invest. We discuss valuations, all of that. And
Kya discuss valuation?
the fun we had running the ice cream brand earlier, that was missing. And I saw it in the current avatar of the brand also. While it was a 70-year-old brand, we did a lot of fun stuff. Like my dad would come back from Japan and say, chalo matcha ice cream banate. Aisa koi khayega nahi. I don't care. He got those green tea, something imported from Japan, and wo abhi bhi pada hoega udhar. I don't know. I would come back from so I came back from the US and said, I want to launch a peanut butter ice cream, So we did the whole Snicker bar kind of thing. It bombed, So, because literally in the Gujarat market, to mungfadi no ice cream chahiye, तो ये कौन खाएगा? इसमें badam kidhar hai, pista kidhar hai. So it bombed. So we kept doing all of that. So we launched a whiskey flavor ice cream. So, all those things. When we launched Bombay, we launched a modak flavored, modak shaped ice cream. It was manually made. It took us like hours to make just a limited quantity, but we did it only for 8 days or 9 days whenever Ganpati ka time tha, right? But that's the kind of stuff we did, and I was like, I need to do that again. And then I said, listen, and Manu again would keep saying, karna to, and then you also realize you have your circle of competence. I'm not into health food. I'd launched a health food brand. I realized that's my wife's circle of competence. Restaurants I really enjoy, but I find it very hard to scale in India. If you think about it, there are hardly any brands that have gone pan-India. And then what I realized, there's such a big void in the market in India.
Insane.
Which was the last ice cream brand that was launched at a mass level. I'm not talking about what you just mentioned, Go Zero or any of these, health conscious or
a lot of
those
them,
brands. Hardly. Even Hokey Pokey was a very premium brand. Our product started $5.